On Monday, May the 25th, we witnessed a horrific act as we watched a former officer of the law place his knee in the neck of George Floyd, who pleaded for his every breath. The officer was merciless, and those who were with him on duty were complicit. They never once called for the aggression to cease. For nearly 9 minutes it carried on, and as it was happening, the people who witnessed it asked him to stop, but their words were not heeded, and George's life was taken away. Through social media, we learned almost immediately of the news. The pain of the news sparked outrage and protest. Outrage and protest for the arrest of the officers involved. Outrage and protest against police brutality. Outrage and protest against systemic racism. 4 years ago, a football player, Colin Kaepernick, took a knee at NFL football games as a peaceful protest for police violence against blacks. He was ostracized and criticized and told that he was disrespecting the flag. But the very opposite is the truth. The day a blind eye is turned from justice and a nation chooses injustice is a day when a nation disrespects its own flag. They thought if they silenced Colin Kaepernick, they could silence the truth. But the truth could not be hidden. Truth was silently burning in the hearts of a younger generation, and youth all over America and the world stood up against the injustice. Black youth, white youth, brown youth, and others stood together for justice. Ecclesiastes 3 reminds us, there is a time and a season for everything, a time to be silent and a time to speak. This is a time to speak. Racism is wrong. We must continue to stand up against it and speak out against it, not only as blacks, but as all people. Jesus, the Lord Jesus, was once asked, "What is the greatest commandment?" And he answered like this, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment, and the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. As God's creation, we are all each other's neighbor." Thank you, and I love you with the love of the Lord.